is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. I am 1/3 of the habitual line steppers. And as always, welcome to the best show on YouTube and social media.
Oh, you's a corn-fed fool with a lot of muscle mass. But it's time for bullhorn to get up in that ass. Wow! Hey, motherfucker. Let everybody know.
Yep. I don't know. I wasn't going to do this one, but I thought I'd offer my thoughts anyway. Let me put in a disclaimer here. No black man with a platform should have to get up on any of these social media platforms and explain why he talks about anything, for the record. Because there's a lot of complaining about that. But I'm not here as to represent any anti-female movements or anything like that, because I pretty much pride myself on really not being anti-female. I can sometimes be anti-stupid rhetoric, and that's what I see it as. And brother's been talking about this lately, this whole K. Michelle thing. This thing where she said men just aren't good people. Now, with anything, this is probably one of the major purposes of social media, besides to inform and to educate, so people can keep the spotlight on themselves. But I wanted to see what she actually said and see did it have any kind of real meaning or context. So let's get to it. Pulled up her Instagram page, and it has the entire thing of what she said. So just take a listen and take a view.
I don't think men are good people. The reason for that is, like, for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of, like, cheating, you know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again. Yeah. And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal. Right. Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not dying with nobody. And to see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe. And a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman. Women could be doctors, lawyers, and everything, but they're in the bed crying over what a man did to them.
Well, she's right in a way. And let me explain. It's like, okay, it's like for those of you that have questions about something like this, she kind of pretty much answered your question. She said the wrong man. But the whole thing just to say that men aren't good people, that's a lack of accountability right there. Yeah, there are some men out there that are not good people. But strangely enough, how all of these things tie in is that she's leaving out one key ingredient to this entire conversation, which would actually balance this conversation out. She is choosing these men. No. I'm not the guy that's upset because, K. Michelle or females that look like K. Michelle didn't choose me. No, this ain't what this is about. But this is why there are platforms like YouTube. If a public figure says something, you have every right, and that includes me, to push back on it. Now you see the you see the comments on the side. Okay, now they have Tracy Cam, which is like strongly agree. And we got Black Bill Gates, and these are all assumed names, because let me tell you something about assumed names and people who hide. These are probably people with good jobs. I mean, although Buddy right here isn't hiding his face, we have a hater problem in our community. Whenever we say something that somebody doesn't agree with, we want to call people's jobs and write letters and make phone calls and stuff like that. So Tracy.Cam, I can only assume is a female because, and I may be wrong, but girl code. I mean, girl code is something that exists. And Black Bill Gates, which he's probably not named Bill Gates, like I said, assumed name. I think you're extremely hateful and ignorant for putting this on all men. Definitely going to put all my power into combating this type of ignorance. I admire your passion, Black Bill Gates, but you're going to have many hurdles to climb. Let me say, it's like when brothers like you are not speaking on the ignorance, you still get attacked. So I hope you're prepared. But K Michelle. This when people kept saying K Michelle, she said this and said that. I was like, isn't this the K Michelle that blah 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 did this that and like said this she don't like? Okay, let me just show you an article that came out years ago. Now, one of these articles came out in 2012. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, okay. This was Vlad TV, September 27th, 2012. K Michelle, I really do prefer white men. Okay, now, this is just this is not look. I'm not a guy that gets mad about who dates who. I push this message like, you know, why y'all so mad at? Let me give an example. Robert Smith for clearing the debts of college students and their parents, from what I hear, over who he's married to. And I do understand that people do speak from experience, their experiences. If you're in a place where everybody of your race is being nasty to you, and then someone that you see as a suitor is nice to you, that's from another group, and things work out, who am I? Who am I really to be upset with that? I support it. You like it, I love it. But let's think in the scope of Black YouTube, what the rhetoric is on interracial relationships, and how one type gets so much shine and another gets another shine. So all I'm saying is this: all the brothers who are upset about what K Michelle said, and there are some out there who really fucking cares, for real. When she said this back in 2012. Yeah, there's more. I ain't gonna take up too much of your time, but there was one sentence that caught my eye. Okay. All right. The second paragraph, when she said, "I'm doing another season of Love and Hip Hop," right here. She said, "After that, I think I just might move to Oklahoma and sing in the closet away from untamed humans." Ooh. Let me highlight that. For real. Untamed humans. Now, I never watched Love and Hip Hop. I mean, I'll see about maybe 20 seconds in passing when it's on in the living room and my wife is watching. For anyone, was K Michelle's behavior, what was it? Was it sane? Was it good? Was it professional? Because those types of reality shows have a lot of humans acting untamed. And then here's the third paragraph. Like I said, I don't care who you date. She said, "Do I prefer black men or white men? At this point, I really do prefer white men. At this point in my dating phase, men are men, all colors, whatever floats your boat. But I do like white men. I'm not going to be ashamed of it." Cool. Awesome. I said that for the anti-squirrelers out there. Now, let's fast forward. Let's see. Let me see which article. Well, that's something else. She had butt implants. Okay. Now, this is in 2018. This is about a year ago. K Michelle gets X-rated while talking about her ex, Idris Elba. Now, due to this timeline, you could kind of dismiss the whole white dude thing because honestly, there are a lot of brothers out here that, like the way she said it in her context, there's a lot of brothers out here that date and marry white women. So, like I said, I'm not anti-interracial. I don't support it, but at the same time, there's a bunch of hypocrisy in the narrative. But so it's like this. This relationship was in 2014, and it was just like, okay, what made her go away from the brothers, and go out in public and say I do prefer white men. And you always think in terms of a lot of these sisters got mistreated by these brothers, and a lot of these narratives out here is that black men do not know how to treat black women. And let's also point something else out. Idris Elba is not an American black man. But there was no clarity on her part. She said she preferred white men to black men, but she dated Idris Elba. So if his brother's so bad, how did Idris Elba treat her? Okay, second paragraph. When speaking about her ex, who she secretly dated back in 2014, Kay said she learned the most about business from him and a few other things in the bedroom. He's great. He's very passionate. She shared while reminiscing on their past time together. That was so good. Yeah, he was actually a productive male and sort of on the surface a ratchet female's life. He was a productive male in a female's life, and for that she respected him. So maybe she was just trolling that first interview where she said she preferred white men. She said men of all colors, but she preferred white men. And honestly, if a black man said, I prefer women of all colors, I just prefer white women, he would be ostracized from the community. Prove me wrong. But yeah, she dated Idris. But the one thing that I'm trying to establish here is that, okay, the last black man she had treated her good. I guess that was the last black man she had, because there was an article in 2015 that came out. August 31st, 2015. Once again, now this is 3 years after the other article. K. Michelle declares love of white men. I am not really into black men. Okay. Now, maybe, like I said, if she would have offered a little bit more clarity, maybe if she said, I'm not really into American black men, because she just had a relationship with Idris Elba at that point. Let's see what she says. Oh, yeah, this is her in an Instagram partying with a white guy who probably is affluent. Here's a sentence. Maybe I should call May the declaration that she is swearing off black men in favor of handsome Caucasian men with tight jeans and foreign accents. Okay. I mean, okay, there's nothing wrong with a preference. There's nothing wrong with a preference. There's absolutely, I can't stress this enough. There is nothing wrong with a preference. Yeah, and I'm gonna put, like, I don't want to read all this convoluted crap because it's like, shut up, where I'm from, gangsters don't tweet beef and actually love the size of my ass and blah. I believe hateful, blah blah blah. The funny thing about people like this is they actually believe that they are good people, and maybe she is to some people. But it's like this. It's like this. And if she declared this in 2015 and then she turns around in 2019 and says that she doesn't think that men are good people, then brothers, can't be us. What I'm saying is, for the brothers out there that's getting triggered about this, don't get triggered. K Michelle is one out of what, 3.5 billion. And I think that one thing that I think that we all miss out on at times is that maybe you don't want to deal with an archetype of woman like that. The thing is, for men, we only want to deal with them physically. Now, see, on the star side of that, I mean, she's a celebrity. She's famous. She's beautiful. She's talented, I guess. She's on a television show. You know, you would paint her as being very successful. So at that level, with successful men that, you know, that have all kinds of women to choose from, K Michelle might not look as good to those guys as they do to men like us, who sit up there and we'll look at some Google pictures and we'll just say, God damn, she fine. So you have to ask yourself, maybe she thinks that men are not good people because she's choosing men with a plethora of options. And once they fool with her long enough, they just decide, And all of it right there is just like, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. People publicly spouting off, blaming everyone else about their lack of success in relationships. I mean, okay, she's halfway right. I'm not here to condemn her. She's halfway right. But, you know, sometimes you just got to look at the kind of person people are. Okay, all right. Well, I wish I could have more thoroughly explained this, but it was just, it was kind of one of those from what I know kind of things, rather than all I do is follow these women around and worry about what the fuck they're doing. It's just that we get so caught up. We get so caught up in saying what's wrong and what's right, to the point where, you know, it either makes sense or it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, we never take any kind of self accountability and self responsibility. So all I'm saying is this: K Michelle feels the way K Michelle feels because she kind of did this to herself. I mean, okay, well, I'm done here. I'll just say this kind of thing because I know there are plenty of women out there that are like K Michelle, who are upset and angry because their relationship thing ain't quite worked out for them. I'm not saying I'm perfect in all this stuff, but hey, you know, when someone grabs the attention of social media and guys get triggered and women get triggered by it and all this other stuff, hey, I just think I offer my thoughts. So there. So anyway, I'm done with this broadcast. I might open up another one just to kind of open up the floor, talk to people, or whatever. But thanks for listening in, and like, share, subscribe, and Kev, we trust. Goodbye.